podcast. Hope you guys can hear. Well, today's show ain't gonna be long. We're gonna tell you I'm gonna try to do something every day, and so we're gonna talk about what I found interesting for Stevenson and how he has switched up on us again. It should be as fans just get used to it. Like most of these boxers, they're not even really into it. I don't know if it's from disappointment and this, that, and the other that be going down. But I just want you casual fans to have some perspective to what's going on out there in the boxing world. This ain't a big deal, but I mean, it may be. I know it's going to piss the people out this new position. I don't think it. So, if y'all know what we do first, let's turn to
Congratulations, well done. Congratulations, well done. Congratulations, well done.
Can you hear me now?
Congratulations, well done.
How about now? That should work. How about now? Y'all let me know. Okay, Jay Will, you said great. Okay, cool. So to explain that, if anybody's watching me, this is loud as hell. We turn it down a little bit. Turn this down. Um, to explain it, I'm sorry, you guys, whoever started watching me. This new equipment, well, it fell off the countertop, and I ain't see nothing that was broken. Nothing like that. I just picked it back up and set it on the countertop. But it might be that whenever I turn this mixer off, that it starts from scratch again. It might be something to that effect, you know. That was my password book. Anyway, I say welcome to the joint. How y'all doing? Thank you for joining me. Welcome to Boxing Fans Talk TV. I'm your host, T to T. You can refer to me as Miss T. And I said this yesterday before we all got started that I've been gone for a minute, but I'm back. I'm back. You can reach me at boxingfanstalk@gmail.com. I do like cash apps. Don't think that I don't like the cash apps. And my cash app is up there, Boxing Fans Talk TV. So hit your girl up. I'm going to try to come on Monday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to try not to make these things live. I'm going to say my little piece, and then I'm going to open it up to the panel. If anybody want to talk, if you just want to talk through the chat, that's cool. If you're watching me on Facebook, come on over to YouTube and get in the chat and possibly log on. I will have an objective to talk about a few things every time I start the show, but like I said, I try not to make it too long. Yesterday went long because I think it was my first day back, but going forward, I'm gonna try not to. But how y'all doing? Hi, Jay Will, welcome. PGH Big Dog and whoever else is listening, welcome. Y'all come on through. Well, I just do want to update y'all on the things that we can look forward to. We got Mayweather and Gotti. I want to call it two. That's gonna be this Saturday on the 24th on the Zone. Now I saw a bunch of different times, but it seemed like the time is gonna be 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But then don't quote me on that because I saw in there where it said 11 p.m. as well. So there that is. Oh shoot. Hello, testing, testing. Testing, testing. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this sound. I'm gonna be happy that y'all can hear something, so I ain't gonna bother it too much. Also, in a way in Downey, that's gonna be September 3rd, ESPN Plus. It doesn't say that it's gonna be pay-per-view. I know that Turkey Al-Sheikh has been around. He's been making his rounds. I know I read something where he absolutely wants Inoue to go global, because Inoue always just want to fight over there in Japan. And I can't fault him. That's his home country. That's what he know. He likes Japanese people. He likes his people. And he's a superstar over there. But the boxing world to appreciate you and thank you grand, you got to go to either the Mecca of boxing, which is in the United States, or you got to travel around. You got to move around. And so I know that Turkey, that's on his agenda. Whether in a way is receptive or receiving that, I don't know. But he has a fight coming up with some guy named Downey, ESPN Plus, September 3rd, 2024. Everything this year, so I don't even need to mention the year no more. Canelo and Berlanga, y'all know that's coming up on the Zone September 14th. And Bivol and Berturbia. What a birthday gift for me. I can't wait to see that one. Jay Will said Bivol, Berturbia, Undercard isn't the best matchups. I haven't really checked it out. I heard that Shakur is gonna be on there. So, but Shakur is falling from grace. As y'all seen my topic header, I said, Shakur Stevenson switched up on us again, or should we as fans just accept it or get used to it? I know me as a fan, I always say I want to see the legacy. I want people going after their legacy, because if you're not going after a legacy, what you doing it for? Like, you can't make fans pay for your excursions or your career just to be paying for it. Like, how does that make sense? Jason Williams is in the building. What's Papa King? He said peace and blessings. Miss T, peace. Al Moolah is in the building. Say, hey, Miss T. And Jason Williams said the mic got you sounding like you're talking through a fan, like when we were kids. You know what? It is, but I'm so scared to touch this mic because at first it wasn't working. How about this? Let me. uh, How about this? It's still. Let me see. Go down. Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me? He said, "No, I'll leave it." Jason Williams said, "No, I'll leave it." Yeah. For this one, I'm gonna leave it. I have to practice with it. And I love gadgets like the next person, but sometimes I just don't get it. Uh he said much better. Yeah, I was playing with I don't even know what the fuck these buttons is. But I wrote with that. He said perfect now. Okay. Cool beans. So yeah, and we gonna look forward to seeing. I can't get into anyway because he way over there. I'm just sorry. I can't get it. It's just I don't even really get into boxers in our own country who are not mainstream. I mean, so why would I get into mainstream boxers of another country? He's popular in Japan and he's happy with that. But we're gonna see if Turkey can make him shake. Then, like I say, you got Bivol and Berturbia of October 12th. That's the day after my birthday. Ah, what a great present. I can't wait to see that one. Um, in my mind, I think Berturbia gonna kill him. But Bivol ain't no slouch. So, and Bivol, to me, y'all correct me if I'm wrong. To me, in my mind, I'm thinking Bivol is the underdog here. I don't know. What y'all think? Because I always love, love, love to root for the underdog. I always do. But I'm thinking Bivol is the underdog here, so I don't know. But let's get into the topic at hand. So Shakur Stevenson, who is 27 years old, is chasing the bag. That's what this article said. He's chasing the bag and not the legacy. Now, a lot of people know how I feel. I'm sure you guys can tell me how you feel about somebody chasing the bag instead of the legacy. It's like putting the cart before the horse. I don't get it. How are you somebody before you're somebody? Everybody is somebody. Let me rectify that. Everybody is somebody. But somebody, notable in your career before you're that somebody notable in your career. You have to accomplish certain things and goals before you could call yourself king of the hill. Jason said, I wish this fight happened years ago. I had Pretoria, but now I'm picking Bivol on age. I'm picking, yeah. Because Father Time, as we say, Jason, is not defeated. Hey, you cannot beat Father Time. I don't care who you are. I don't care if people be like telling me, oh, you look so much younger than what you are. That's fine and dandy. But I, on the other hand, see every bit of these years
on me. I see it. I don't see how y'all don't see it, you know. And it's not me with a big head. I'm not a big head that could see that at all. I'm okay, but I see the age. And maybe because I know me as a younger person. But father time will creep up on your ass so fast. every every 5 years, I be like, oh my God, what is this? What's this new shit I got to deal with? I swear I go through that. So in a boxer's life or a superior athlete life, I would imagine they go through the same thing. You don't heal as faster. Um, then they dropped the fight because of his shoulder or something. What Berteria had an injury or something? I don't know, but you don't heal as fast. Uh, you can't get up as fast. It's a lot of things that show your age, and so I think that's a great assessment, Jason, to say you got Bivol for the age. But Verterbius, they don't call him Terminator for nothing. But back to Shakur. Shakur Stevens is gonna be fighting somebody named Cardina, or whatever, on Bivol's undercard. Shakur has said recently, straight up, he fighting for the money. He's fighting for the money. He said the fans are unappreciative. You don't feel appreciated. He said, and it don't matter how y'all feel about it. He ain't fighting for y'all. When he say y'all, he's talking to fans. So to the casuals who I make this podcast for, if you're watching, if you want to know and learn a little bit about boxing, kind of have so you can make a good assessment instead of following the crowd. Shakur Stevens is a great fighter. He's an excellent fighter. He's one of the most skillful fighters. He hangs with the top dog fighter in this era right now, which is Terrence Crawford. So he picks up some skills and abilities along the way. But he is very defensively minded. It's almost like how some people fall in love with their power. He his fell in love with his defense. It kind of pisses some of the fans off, even fans of his that were loyal, because he don't seem like he's engaging. All he's they will say all he's good at is evading punches and running around the ring. But a true boxing fan knows that, unless you running like those people in the Olympics, like face forward running like that, you're not really running. You doing ring generalship. So you can't really get mad at him, but it don't mean that he's not excited. It's like Rigondeaux. Rigondeaux was one of the greatest Cuban boxers ever, but he was boring. And that's what people say. To a person who really, really, really is geeked out and into boxing, he wouldn't be boring. But to the average fan watching, he will, because he's so busy trying not to make a mistake that he's not doing anything. And when people come to get boxing or MMA or those combat sports, they come to see some fighting, not somebody moving out the way, being evasive. They ain't come to see all that. But can you think of how hard it is to be evasive? The whole object of the game in boxing is to hit and not get hit. And I know the ones who know boxing, I'm speaking to the choir. I'm just saying that for the casuals that may be listening to me out there. Jason says, yes, he had an injury, but I can't recall what it was. Something with his shoulder or arm or something, Jason. He said Cordina was beaten badly in his last fight. TKO stopped it. Indeed. Yes, that happened. So he's going to fight somebody who just came off a loss and just got knocked out, which, as great of a boxer as he is, why would he waste his time? You as a fan, because like us novice fans or expert fans, we're like, why are you wasting your time? Now, I would consider myself a novice or an expert fan, and I'm saying it. But at the same time, I don't know what he's waiting for. Is he guarding his oath, so he's just taking anybody? His complaint is he's ask and ask and ask, and nobody want to fight him. He's in a pickle like that, like he can't get a fight. So that's his complaint. And if he can't get a fight, then which I want me to do? In other words, how's it my fault? I can't get a fight. I gotta fight who I can fight. Whoever wants to fight me, I can't make these people fight me. You can have a point, maybe, if that is the case. But because we don't have the inside track, we're not a fly on the wall. We don't know these things. But for him to say out loud, maybe he feels this way. I wouldn't doubt that you could point to any fighter who feels this way. That's why it's a such thing called your inner monologue. You don't use your outer monologue to let the world know how you feel. That's beyond being transparent. You said the fans don't appreciate you. So, in a sense, a fan could say, you basically saying, fuck the fans. Now, to y'all casuals, I don't want y'all to feel that way. But if you do, you know, I can understand. I can understand the novice or the expert fans feeling that way because what it looked like to me, Shakur Stevenson is a little bitter. And y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Y'all let me know in the chat or when I drop this, which guy he's bitter. He's bitter, and I don't know to what extent and why. Because again, we don't get to see the behind the scenes all the time. Why is he so bitter? Because he's talking like a bitter person. Andrew Charles is in the building. What's popping, King? Said, what up, Miss T? He said, statistically, Shakur is the least hit active fighter in boxing right now. I didn't know that. And he said all of his opponents have had the lowest connect percentage of their careers when they fought Shakur. It's a wild stat. Well, it proves my point, what I'm saying. Boxing, to all y'all casuals that's listening, I'm not talking about to the experts or people that have been around, but to the people that's new to boxing, I want the sport to grow. The object of the game is to hit and not get hit. Okay? So any boxer you finding out there that's not getting hit, but they're hitting, that's supposed to be a good thing. Is it exciting? That's up to you. When you think of the science involved in boxing, it can make you look at it and appreciate it in a different way. Because that's how I do it. Because I know it's about the weight, it's about the how you lean your way forward, backwards, side. It's about the steps, the half step, the ring generalship, the moving around, the feint, the keeping your head offline. It's about a lot of shit that scientifically is hit and not get hit. And I gotta say, Shakur Stevenson does his job. But to say about the fans that they unappreciative, why? Because one or two got at your neck. Don't do that, Shakur. Don't do that. Because trust me, there's more people that probably like you than don't like you. Then you pick an opponent that just got knocked out. What are you saying? Boxing, to the casuals, boxing is supposed to be evolving. It's supposed to be ever evolving. That means you get better and better and better. You keep taking a step up. You don't go to first, second, and third and then say, oh, I'm going to go back down to first grade. That's what, in a sense, when some of these boxers look backwards and take on some of these fights, that's essentially what they're doing. You're supposed to get better and better and better. Fight somebody different or fight your mandatories or whatever. Follow the rules, but always try to elevate yourself. Go if you beat this person handily, very easy, then please don't come back with another fighter in that same vein. Get somebody that's gonna challenge you. That's the only way you're gonna get better. You can't have a stagnant career where you keep fighting people you know you can beat. How do you grow from that? You won't grow. So keep that in mind, casuals, when y'all looking at boxing and stuff like that. Like I said, it's the sweet science. Hit and don't get hit. That right there should make any boxing match very exciting. How do you get in the ring and hit your opponent and move around, but make it so that they can't hit you? And you know how people are in general. If you can't win, you're gonna get flustered, you're gonna get tired, they're gonna zap your energy, and then you're gonna make big mistakes. And that's how those big knockouts come. Especially if you're not a power puncher, you gotta overwhelm with a lot of work. You gotta do that to your opponent, and then eventually you can knock them out. Something Devin Haney needs to learn how to do. I mean, just overwhelm your opponent to the point that no matter what they trying to do, they can't hit you, but you keep hitting them, and eventually you'll knock some folks out. That's a strategy. Um, Shakur is happy with, I don't know what's going on in his career, because he can't get some fights, or because he ain't getting the money that he wants. So I asked the question: do you think him hanging around Bud Crawford is influencing his mindset? Not that Bud can influence him negatively, but because Bud getting it, Bud got it, I should have it. Sometimes people can feel like they deserve some shit that they quite don't deserve or not yet deserve. So sometimes I think his close affiliation with Bud and them, not as a negative, but to measure yourself against him, that's when you doing yourself a disservice, because Bud is much older than you. He been boxing a lot longer than you, and it was his turn in the barrel. So why would you measure yourself up or something to him, like maybe you should be elevating in this area like him? You're hurting yourself in the long run. So I don't know. I'm a chalk it up to age, being bitter, and a whole lot of other stuff. But I was shocked when I read this, and he said the fans are unappreciative. And basically, I'm gonna say it like this: fuck the fans. He didn't say that. So let me be clear. He did not say it like that. I'm saying it because he basically said the fans don't matter. Y'all don't matter anymore. Y'all so unappreciative. Y'all can't appreciate what he trying to do. Y'all can't support him in what he trying to do. Y'all be believing other people other than him. So why he got to fight for y'all? Now he messing himself up, because now it's about the money. Then we just go through this with Tank, and how disgusted we were as fans that Tank is just really all about the money. We just went through this, but we're gonna keep going through it some more, because here it is now. What it is people ain't getting a fair shake. Boxing, the business of boxing is crucial, is corrupt, it's a lot of things, and a lot of people with good intentions will be coming up short. So what happens if you can't, get what you're trying to get? Then you gotta have another objective or goal. And I see this starting to happen to a lot of boxers. They saying, man, fuck the legacy. I just want the money. But to any boxer out there to say that, and this is to you, Shakur Stevenson, if you saying that, understand we like our coins too. We like our dollars, $2, $3, $20. We like our money and our money green. So you got to give us something other than that's a legitimate reason of why you don't you going for the money and not nothing else, because it's reported that this fight he's going to get his biggest payday ever. What that payday is, I still don't know. But it's reported that it's going to be his biggest payday ever. And you're going to get a big payday to fight somebody who's coming off of a tremendous loss, having been knocked out. And from what people who've seen the fight said, the dude got his ass whipped. So you going to get your biggest payday fighting him? Shakur has fought some notable fighters in his past, but your biggest payday, what message are we sending to the boxing community? The casual, it should not be this way. It is like this sometimes, but it should not be this way. So to all my casuals, don't take this as normal. You should want to become a champion. You should want to grab all the accolades, lineal. You should want to be undefeated, but don't let being undefeated define your career. Like in life, you win some, you lose some. That's to be expected. But some of these guys hold on to their O so hard. It's like bite your nose off to spite your face. You're holding on to the O. But so you don't take the fights we want to see as the fans. You don't take a risk, as they say. Shakur runs in the ring. Oh no, but he's doing ring generalship. He's doing that, but it looked like it. I can't explain what it looked like. If somebody say it looked like he running, then I guess that's what it is. I know it's ring generalship. He knows it's ring generalship. Real boxers know that that's what it is. But it's also hesitation. You're not engaging. How you gonna win a fight? How you gonna be the greatest and you don't engage in shit? And that's what's going on. Um, Tank, Tank in love with his power. Tank, Tank will hold out. He will barely throw combinations or anything in the beginning, the first 5, 6 rounds, because he in love with his power. He know he gonna hit you, and he think you gonna be out. What happens when you hit somebody that can take your punch and can hit just as hard as you? Why throw the boxing skills away? Why let the guy win the rounds? I guess Shakur can look at that, look at how Tank do it and say, well, I'm not gonna let nobody get up on the rounds on me. So I'm gonna hit him, but he ain't gonna hit me. And I ain't even gonna hit him hard. I'm just tapping. I'm range finding. All of that amounts to loss of crowds, loss of interest in his career and everything. So you say you for the money, but who in their right mind is gonna pay you a lot of money to fight people we don't want to see? Or if that's all you about, why this is what Shakur need to ask himself and other boxers. Why should I pay my hard-earned money to watch you fight just to just because, or because we both black, or what am I doing this for? We both from the East Coast. What am I doing it for? And I hope that Shakur ain't slipping into that slippery slope. But I found that interesting. He switched again. He's going through a lot of banter back and forth on social media. He's young, but not that young. He's a father now. He's a married man. So I can't even give him that much of the benefit of the doubt. He need to grow up and stop worrying about what people say. You're not gonna please everybody. You are a very skillful fighter. A lot of people had you beating Tank and Devin Haney and whoever else you fought. That's how we saw it. But if you're gonna be a person that's just defense minded, you better find a balance, because you're gonna lose what credibility and notoriety you already have, and that's what's gonna happen. If anybody see anything different, if I'm reading this wrong, let me know. I did drop the link into the chat. Fans don't appreciate shit in this era. Andrew, they probably don't. Like, it seemed like it, but you can't. It's like Crawford said, kept his head down, or he said he kept his head up, and he just kept grinding it. You are not promised everything, no matter what you do. You're not promised everything. Like a lot of my family think I'm such a success from being retired military, but I'm not. I'm not. I'm telling you, I'm not. I'm not putting myself there. I did not succeed. I got up. I was moving fast in rank, but I got up to one rank, and for the next 11 years, that's the rank I was. I never got in trouble. It ain't like I'm dumb. I could take a test better, just as good as anybody. I never moved past that. Some stuff I control, was my fault. A lot of it wasn't. But compared to when I left home at 19, I guess I am a success to most people. But to me, I was striving for XYZ and I didn't get it. Nowhere near it. So is that a success? But I consider myself blessed in other ways. I had to change my perspective and what I'm gonna look for and what I'm gonna go after. And that's how I'm looking at Shakur right now. But I don't know how long I'm gonna do it, you know, because that's what I'm thinking. He's bitter, he's going through stuff. So he's like, fuck the crowds. Y'all don't appreciate me anyway. Fuck it. I'm going for the money. Cause you know what? I mean, it's just bad when y'all don't appreciate me, y'all giving me shit, y'all taking me through shit, and I ain't got no money. So fuck it. I'm gonna go for the money from now on. That's what I see him saying. And you would hate for any fighter to feel like that, but that's what he is. He said, Al Money said, Miss T, you speaking big. What you mean, Al Money? Like I'm speaking big. In a good way, bad way. But that's what I see. And how unfortunate because I like Shakur Stevenson. But I told y'all, as far as boxing, this is all to the casuals. If they're not trying to go to the Super Bowl of boxing, why the hell are you watching it? If they're not trying to, we watch sports as fans, as an outlet. Sometimes we live vicariously through them, even if only in a daydream. Um, we expound energy by going to that. Sometimes it's an event we can go to. You can't sit in the house all the time. You gotta get out and go socialize and this, that, and the other. So a lot of football fans, basketball fans, hockey fans, golf fans, boxing fans, this is our outlet. He chose it as a career. So you mean to tell me you expect you out of the 330 million people that could call themselves Americans, 330 plus million, we supposed to dig in our pockets and pull out money to give to you, Shakur Stevens, because it's all about the money. I'm glad he was honest. I just hope he changed his perspective. That's all I can say. Uh, he said, big facts, Miss T. He said, nothing but the truth. I appreciate it. But I thought y'all might want to know that, especially the casuals out there. Mr. Golden is in the building. He said, Lady T, hello, Queen. What's good with you, Mr. Golden? Now, let's move on to something else. Again, I dropped the link. If y'all want to expound or pontificate on young Shakur Stevenson, and maybe y'all know something else I don't know, but he be in his feelings. And y'all men, it's for y'all men to rectify that. He not gonna listen to no woman or anything. I invite you to come to the show, Shakur, and speak your mind, speak your piece. But young man, you are too talented to be in here bitter. You are too talented to think that it's automatic that you're supposed to get all the praise and glory because you're not. You gotta, if you're gonna be like Bud, be like Bud. The Bud didn't cry him and her. I don't know what he said to y'all, but as far as the public was concerned, we didn't know. That's why he was almost in tears after he beat Earl Spence. And Jim Great, spoke to that. Even though Bud didn't let a tear fall from his eye. But you could tell he was emotional, which is okay. I've been talked about, I've been blackballed, that shit hurt. Criticized, they just don't give me the benefit of that. That shit hurts. So Shakur, we see that. Get your act together. You're gonna lose a lot of fans at the path you choosing. He said, our money salute. Andrew Charles salute. So let's get into this Mayweather Gotti fight. So to the casuals, I know y'all have heard of Mayweather. I know y'all know of Floyd Mayweather, one of my favorite fighters of all time. Now his character is something left to be desired. Sorry, Mayweather, but you are a whole mess at times. But as far as boxing, you the king. So Mayweather does a lot of exhibition fights. And what he's proven, but he's trying to do it in a smart way, is that a lot of these fighters, when they get older and have to get off the stage, it's hard for them to do it. It's hard. It's hard in regular life for people to step aside and let the young people have it and shit. You see girls that's past their prime still trying to shake it like they 20-something years old, or guys still in the club leaning against the wall like they gonna pick something up. If you don't get your old ass up out of here, Not. But Mayweather, you doing the same thing. Everything that I've heard him in the past talk about, he didn't want to fall down that path because he looked at previous boxers, um, the boxers that he thought were great and all that, and looked at how they, came up and how they fell to their demise. And he didn't want to be a person that didn't have all his faculties, so he was very defensive minded. He was very mindful of that. And so then what else he do? He wanted to make sure he can make as much as he can. He betted on himself, this, that, and that. All that great stuff. Only to retire. His record is cemented. He's boxing Hall of Fame. I think they even putting a statue out in front of him. But Mayweather is fighting these exhibition fights. He don't. If you listen to him talk about how rich he is and all that, he don't need the money. Now, y'all remember what happened the last time that him and Gotti fought. Now, Gotti is a typical Italian. He's the grandson of John Gotti, but he got a lot of bravado and pride too. I didn't like how all that stuff went after that fight because Mayweather was teasing him. I went back and watched the fight. He was teasing him, sticking his tongue out at him. He was just agitating him, poking the bear. And Kenny Bayless said, "Stop talking. Like y'all getting away from boxing. It's an exhibition, I know, but shut the fuck up." And they wouldn't. So Kenny Bayless was like, "You know what? Fuck it. It's over. Done." So he called the fight because he didn't want to be a part of that unstable shit. And so Gotti got mad and got all this energy from God knows where and went after Mayweather. I think he stole him, but Mayweather clocked his ass too. So now you got Mayweather team in the ring and Gotti's team in the ring, and they going at it, and all the way down the hall, talking shit, all just whatever. It turned chaotic. The N word was thrown around, all kinds of shit. His sister let us see what she really was too. He said, "Go to Andrew Charles. What's up, fellas?" So, in the end of the day, it was very controversial. Why would he run it back? I don't know. But for the controversy of it all, I would say casual. This is a fight you might want to see. So if you got the zone, you know what a Mayweather fight, you got to pay for it. So I don't know how you get your DAZN, but it's gonna be on this weekend on the 24th, and they fighting out of Mexico City. Don't know why he picked that. And it's either 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or 11 p.m. I saw both of them times, but I'm definitely try at 7:30 to make sure you don't miss it. I think Mayweather is really training. I think Gotti is pipe dreaming. But just like I said, for fans out here, especially athletic people, we sometimes live vicariously through our athletes. We sometimes think, damn, if I would have just, I could have been that way. I could have been up on that level. And I'm sure Gotti be feeling that way. I think he really believes he has a chance. But Mayweather better stop playing around. Mayweather is also 47 years old. But I would tell to the casual fans, is it worth looking at? Yeah, because you never know what's going to hop off. And the controversy is going to be something to talk about. So I would look at it. Most of the time, I don't watch his fights no more because he's retired. And there's no need. And he going to fuck around and get hurt. He almost 50 years old. Again, Father Time is undefeated, and they don't wait for nobody. The difference with Mayweather versus more than likely a lot of other fighters is that he took care of his body. He didn't drink, he didn't smoke, he didn't eat bad. He looked like he would throw down with burgers and all that, but trust me, he had a chef. Mayweather was eating very healthy 90% of the time. Like 90% of the week, he's eating healthy, unlike most of us do. So that's what's up with that. Now, y'all can watch it or not. I'm watching it because I want to see what hop off. It might be okay and all that. Mexico City, you're in another country. I don't know. They ain't on each other turfs. So I'ma just watch it for the controversy of it all. Then you got Jerron Ennis. Now this one I found interesting. So I was reading today. So look, y'all know about Boots Hennessy out of Philadelphia. He's a great fighter. He's very talented and everything. I don't have no beef with Jerron Ennis, but missed opportunity is missed opportunity. How many times will you, as a casual person looking at fights, when you come up on them talking about it, or us as novice and experts listening to the commentation that's given by the fighter or people asking the questions, do fighters be like, you look, I just had to do this to put myself in a position, just trying to get an opportunity to be great, blah, blah, blah. I dare to drink. How many times you hear that narrative? You hear it all the time. So when I look at Jerron Boots Ennis, my one and only problem is you can't believe that I can't believe that you felt that way. That you was trying to get opportunities and all that. You missed a couple of opportunities and you did it on purpose. It don't matter what your reasonings were. I'm not you. Everybody got to do what the best they can do what's best for them. But it don't escape me that you turned down a fight with Terrence Crawford twice. So to me, fuck you. That's what I would say. Everybody else said, nah, Miss T. Nah, Miss T, that's going to be the premium fight. No. And then he begged for a fucking belt. As much as he's been around boxing to know how people can criticize people for getting the email belt. Remember all that shit that Devin went through? And all his peers was calling him the email champion? Why would you do that, Jerron? You had to be champion so bad. Like I'm gonna say this to all the fighters out there. You are not promised everything trimmed and gold. You're not promised that. You're not even promised Devin Haney's career. You're not promised Floyd's career. You're not promised for everything to go perfect the way you want. So until you arrive, you got to take advantage of all the opportunities that you get. All the opportunities. You guys, please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. So we know, and without going into depth and rehashing how I saw that Jerron Ennis missed opportunity for himself with Terrence Crawford, because that would have been the biggest opportunity for him. He had his reason. I ain't mad at him. He actually went after somebody he probably thought he could beat. Or he could hide behind this. Earl Spence had 3 belts and Terrence only had the 1. He could hide behind that. But nobody was giving him grief for that. But you turned it down, not us. You know what I'm saying? Earl Spence was the darling of PBC, not you. You wasn't even signed to PBC. So you think that they gonna set you up to dethrone their darling? Earl Spence was more popular than Terrence Crawford, and Terrence Crawford did more. Earl Spence could do no wrong as far as the fans was concerned. People believe he was really the boogeyman, like he hit like hands of stone or something. Never was the case. Not to the level that they say, but he was popular. So what made him think that PBC was gonna let Earl get dethroned by him? Your best bet was to go get Terrence belt, come back to PBC, and then it all be in-house. Because even though Boost wasn't signed to PBC, he was signed or affiliated with Showtime. And so Showtime and PBC went hand in hand. So that was his best bet. But he didn't do it. So every time he talked, woe is me, y'all got to stick the mic in his face and say, why didn't you? What are you doing different? So now, Boots Ennis is signed with Eddie Hearn. Isn't this the same dude that said he would think he'll lose money with Terrence Crawford? Terrence Crawford won't a pay-per-view star, neither is Boots. Terrence Crawford couldn't sell out arenas, neither can Boots. I'm just saying what they would say about Terrence, it all applies to Boots. Boots ain't never been a champion that he actually scrapped for in the ring. He didn't never do that. Boots is not, you ain't gonna get with Boots and say, oh, the money is there with Boots. You're not thinking that. And they know it. But Eddie Hearn, he couldn't be bothered by Terrence. This is how petty they were. Even though Eddie be going against Bob and Bob against Al and Al against Eddie and all them against and Bob against Eddie, even though they all in competition with each other, they will hold the line together on some things. Because it can never be the narrative that boxers totally have control of their career and get over on the promoters more so than the promoters getting over on them. That's where they hold the line, because they want the promoters to have all the control and power over all boxers. If you get to a point where all the boxers are taking control over Eddie, that ain't good for Bob. That ain't good for Al. Because now other boxers gonna see, oh yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. You putting ideas in their head, so to speak. You know what I mean? But Eddie straight up said he couldn't fuck with Bud. Bud don't make enough. He couldn't do it. So what happened? He straight up said he wouldn't sign Bud. Okay, that's fine. Bud didn't need you. Bud still made his money. Boots, after Showtime declined, or it's declined, they don't do boxing no more. Boots go over there and sign with Eddie. Eddie promised him all that, but Eddie, you back in the same predicament you was in with that other kid that Eddie who was that kid that got popped on the stuff? Connor Ben. You in the same predicament as you were with Connor Ben. Y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe. You can't sell Boots just like you can't sell Ben. Nobody wants to fight Boots. So what has recently happened, and I want y'all to mark y'all calendar. Like I said, it was his own fault for his choices. Eddie Hearn has came out and said that he's made sufficient offers to a lot of other welterweights, and I guess to no avail. There's a kid out there named Brian Norman Jr. And this is what he had to say to Eddie and Matchroom. He was like, too late, not enough. I don't know this kid. I haven't seen him fight. Maybe I did. I just don't know. But what would make a dude say, nah, too late, not enough? Because maybe, just maybe, Brian tried to get fights and they was giving him the stiff arm. So now that Brian is actually a champion in the welterweight, you're like, nah, whatever. Now this puts Boots in another predicament. With the IBF, he has a mandatory. You know who his mandatory is? Chimichanga. Remember that dude carrying Chimichanga? That's his mandatory. To the casuals, I know y'all probably don't. If y'all don't watch boxing all the time, this was what some people would say. Oh, nobody. I don't like to say that. He's a fighter, but he's not. I don't think he's A level. He might be B level, low B level, maybe C level. I don't know. But Boots Ennis for him 19 months ago and beat him. The thing that everybody walked away with was like, Boots, you're supposed to be this elite fighter, but you don't know how to cut off the ring. That's boxing 101. You could not cut off the ring on this dude, and he didn't. And so, out here we always giving people nicknames. So Karen Chimichanga is what they call him. He is Boots mandatory for the IBF title. And Boots and Eddie have recently let the time expire with the IBF to make an exception or put in a request for an exception to try to face somebody else, to try to find another fighter. At this point, now that the time has expired, don't be surprised when y'all see that it's gonna be a purse bid go down for Chimichanga and Boost Ennis. Boost don't want to fight him because he feel like it's a waste of time. Been there, done that. He feel like he going backwards. Yeah, if you beat somebody, and it was no question or doubt that Boost beat the guy, he don't want to do it. But I think that guy went to the decision. Boost didn't knock him out. You couldn't cut the ring off. You couldn't keep him in one spot and offload and shit like that. If the dude had power, I mean, that probably would have been a good fight. And we was like, but you want to fight Terrence and you can't do that? Look, Terrence will kill you. Not literally, figuratively. So that's what's about to happen. When y'all see it happen, y'all gonna say, damn, Miss T just said that. Yeah, they let it expire. Now, this again, don't babyfy Boost. This is why I'm talking about it. Don't babyfy him. Don't try to make excuses for him. He know what he's doing. He ain't a little boy. Boost Ennis is in his mid to late 20s. Literally like 26, 27 now, or something. I don't know. He ain't a little boy. He know what's expected of him. He know how this boxing game works. He been trying to get fights with Earl, with Bud, back in his earlier days when he was a young whippersnapper, and they was like, "Yo, whoa, Kimasami, slow down." I remember that, but once they slowed him down, and he had to take his time and go up the ranks like anybody else. I think he got some sense with him, and he realized, nigga, they would have demolished his ass. They would have demolished him. Hello, hey, how you doing?
Think it's a game.
Hello, you on mute?
Hello, hello.
Yeah, yeah. What's up?
Goddamn, what's up, Miss T?
How you doing? I'm good.
Oh, your ass don't even know who this is. And I texted you the other day, didn't hear shit. No.
You ain't text me. This my baby
Yeah,
Q. Oh,
yep, yep, yep. I say, man, I ain't heard from Miss T. I said, man, I gotta check on her, man, see how she doing. I text you the other day, man. I
what?
say,
Like you
God
saying
damn.
2 days ago? 2 days ago? One day ago? What? Because I ain't getting
Yeah,
no
I
text.
want to say, I have to look at it later or whatever because I won't be able to open it up right now. But
Oh,
yeah, I want to say about 2 3 days ago,
well,
me
you
and
know,
me, Fish, and through we were talking about. I said, man, yeah, man, I got to tap in with him, man. I ain't heard from you in a minute, man. You been all right?
I've been good. Q. I had that wedding coming up, and it's over. Everything was a success, and then came right home and had to sell my house. I ain't stopped moving till like really in the last part of July. That's when I was able to settle down and everything. I'm getting my house built, so I'm not doing a lot. My house. I don't know why it takes 6 months, but it won't be ready till next year, the beginning of next year. So I had to find me a place to stay, a little apartment. I'm actually liking apartment life because it's smaller and everything. But that's all I've been doing.
Oh man. Uh uh. Now the topic at hand, you know we getting got right now. That nigga say fuck the fans again, including his own fans that want to be delusional and be like, oh, he's not talking about us. You know, well, I didn't see nothing that exempt you niggas. That nigga said fans. That means everybody, including,
Exactamundo.
you know what I'm saying? Uh, me and Mr. Golden, we gonna go at it later on because he gonna try to defend this bullshit of
Uh-huh.
this man fighting not one but two back to back dudes coming off loss. This one here come for TKO loss. He got stopped, and
I
you bringing
heard.
him up on weight. I think that's weak as fuck, considering uh, 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 Miss T. You know, I ain't gonna try to discourage them niggas and they believe or nothing, because you know they believe that Shakur can fuck with a Tank Davis. More money for me if they ain't too scared to bet it the way he's scared to fight in that ring, right?
Right. Damn.
Cause you know, I watch it and I'm gonna tell you what my observation is. And my observation is this. 126, the boy looks spectacular. 130, the boy looks spectacular. You wasn't hearing that shit about him being really boring at 126, putting niggas to sleep at 130. But soon as he moved up in weight, I don't. He hasn't adapted to the weight class, and I think dudes that got some pop give him problems to where he gonna be super cautious. I'm telling you, he finna be the next Adrian Broner.
So you think
Far as moving up in weights?
Yeah, because like sometimes he look big as shit, but I can't discern whether that's proper weight gain or just fatness. Like he ain't fat, people. Like what I'm saying is his weight on him don't look like he ain't got no body fat. It look like it's just big. Like he don't supposed to be that big. Like maybe he not
And
supposed
it's
to be
like,
this big, you know. Like you say, he can't
and
handle the weight.
he can't handle it, man, because I'm gonna tell you something. He was worried about Autumn's power. You know what I'm saying? He was worried about Autumn, talking about Autumn can hit and all this shit. And I'm like, man, yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? That 135, I don't care what none of them niggas say. I say he pump faking us, Miss T. I'm gonna tell you why I say he pump faking us.
Why he pump faking us?
Because one thing, two things for sure. They gonna come with the bullshit excuse. They be trying to compare Shakur to Bud, and I feel like that's disrespect to Bud Crawford, right? Because I don't think you can compare the two.
No.
I don't think you can compare the two situations. I don't think you could do any of that because the man got to bring a man up that's coming off a loss that got stopped when his dudes, the Mexican dude Mataya, that's undefeated, that's been begging for the fight, and he had top rank with you. Well, he was at top rank with you when you was over there, but you never wanted that smoke. You got dudes. Man, what he should have done, right? Because they hollering the excuse, well, he taking this fight because Tank ain't did this. He ain't supposed to wait on Tank. I ain't telling him to wait on nobody. But Edward De Los Santos should have been the next opponent if you couldn't have got no Tank Davis or no Williams Zepeda, man. That should have been your next opponent.
Didn't
but you gonna rock with that excuse.
He did fight him though. He did fight Evan De Los Santos.
I mean, he got in the ring with him, and you know, if that's what you want to call that, right? You know, because they say styles make fights, and what I said earlier about something about 135, he can't adapt to it. He can't fuck with them dude. He looked mediocre while these niggas hollering masterclass. You know what I'm saying? Some dumbass shit. Like niggas tell me Bud against Matromal was a masterclass. That wasn't no fucking masterclass. It was a good performance.
Lord, you was doing good until you said that. That was
no. Hold on. No. Hold on, Miss C.
Okay.
A masterclass was Devin Haney against Regis Prograis. A masterclass, and I hate to admit this, was July 29th. That was a masterclass.
Yeah, that was.
I'm not talking down on the man, but I'm just saying you can don't that last fight. Like I said, it was a good fight. It was a way better fight than I thought it was going to be. It was a damn good fight. I
But
wouldn't
listen,
mind seeing that rematch. You know what I'm
but
saying?
listen,
That's how
but
good of a
listen,
fight that
Q.
one was to
But
me.
listen, Q. So why I said it was a master class. It wasn't exciting. So you can have a master class and you can say that nigga put on a clinic and it can be exciting or it can be boring as hell. Case in point, Rickendall, a lot of his fights. Why I said it was a master class? Because you had one guy that's supposed to be dangerous. Now, Terrence ain't in control of how they rank Madrimal, but they ranked him. So that's why Terrence picked him, and he was a champion. But he's supposed to be dangerous. He knocked other people out and shit. But the whole time he was fainting. So he was respecting Terrence's ability, but Terrence was also extra cautious. So if you ever wondering, like when they just be talking about Terrence got all these skills and all these abilities, he can beat you this way, he can beat you that way, he could, that's what I saw. That's why I say masterclass, because Terrence was overly cautious and he definitely gave that dude his respect because for the 12 rounds, there can be no mistake. And both of them knew that. And both of them worked real hard not to do it. One false move from either one. And you know I'm a Bud fan. If that nigga would have caught Bud, I believe he would have hurt him. I believe he could have hurt him.
He did catch Bud. He caught Bud a couple of. He cut Bud several times with those straight rights. Bud was eating that shit. You know what I'm
He
saying?
was eating it, but
This
Bud
what
was
I'm
hurt.
saying. This what I'm saying, Miss T.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why I say it was a good performance,
Mm-hmm.
but it wasn't a master class because you said it just now. He was too cautious, for one, because
Mm-hmm.
the man switched his fighting style all the way up. What he did against him, you didn't see that on film. He did something totally different. To fight that nigga there, I will say this. That nigga cold. I'm not gonna lie, that nigga cold.
Who you talking about,
Right?
Bud or the
Crawford.
guy?
No, I'm talking about Crawford. He's cold. Right? That nigga cold.
Yeah.
You gotta have an extreme amount of patience to fuck with that dude there.
Ain't it
You know
though?
what I'm saying? Because if you don't have no patience, you know,
You can hang
it's
it
gonna
up.
be what it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? All I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying is that performance wasn't nowhere close to the performance of July 29th.
Yeah, a
I could
date.
say that was a masterclass, total domination. A
Congratulations. Well done.
masterclass,
No,
a
I'm just
masterclass is when you total. Oh, I like that.
mm-hmm.
Total domination.
Yeah.
Total domination. Ain't no hesitation. Ain't no cautiousness. Ain't no none of that. Total domination. I don't like Devin Haney, but I'm gonna call it boxing. He dominated Regis Prograis.
Hey,
You
let me
already
what
know
you
I
you know
rock
I
with
want to
Earl. You
hear.
know what
I
I'm saying?
want I want to hear your thoughts on young Devin's latest debacle out there at the fair, hitting on the workers.
Talking about that swing and that miss.
That swing and that miss, that glancing blow. Man,
Oh my
look, Devin a
God.
whole bitch out here. I said it.
Straight up.
I said it. You know what I'm saying? Who the fuck wanted with
Yeah.
lean? I said it. Yeah, I don't. He a whole
Yeah.
bitch out.
Yeah.
It's everything that I thought Devin was. He proved it over time. And everybody want to talk
Yeah.
about the shit that Ryan had. Let me tell you, I'm not capping for Ryan. I ain't trying to big him up. Ryan has been an amateur. He's been a 16 national champion. Won it 16 times as an amateur. The motherfucker can box. What I didn't like, Ryan, I didn't like how he made his business move or how he was always clout chasing, naming off Tank and all that every time he had a fight to make people interested in his shit. Because I feel like a man stand 10 toes down on your own shit and a woman too. You ain't got to be using everybody else's name to
Mhm.
build your brand up and shit. I think that's bitch assness or Mitch assness. So when Devin get up in there and talk all that shit, and then you want to blame it on the Osterine, nigga, it won't enough in his system to even make it. Didn't stop him. It didn't stop you from putting your hand up. That's what you didn't do. and you everybody else, all you got is the hook. Well, nigga, you knew the hook was coming. He got exposed. He
Man, I'm
got
gonna tell you something.
straight exposed.
He got exposed. These niggas talking about he cheated because they found 6 billionths of a
I know.
tenth of ostarine in his system.
A dot.
Man didn't even have a full dose. So if he'd had if he'd had a full dose, he'd have fought a full bitch in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
ostarine is originally used for breast cancer patients. You know what I'm saying? So he'd have fought
Yeah.
a full female in the ring. He took a full dose. That shit didn't give him no speed advantage, no power advantage,
lost them
nothing.
3
So that's why I don't
pounds.
rock with that.
Look, he'd have lost them 3
Mhm.
pounds if he was really taking that shit. Yeah, I think somebody rubbed on him or whatever. And then you go so far as to erase the loss. Now, you could, if they'd have said no contest, but you gotta be undisputed with your bitch ass. And I'm gonna tell you right now to anybody
Yeah.
listening, this how I feel. You sucker punch me and your boys jump in it, or your girls, and then you walk up, nigga. If I'm your
Yeah, use a hoe.
boys,
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna beat your
Yeah.
ass when we get back to the crib. And definitely, if you sucker punch me when I catch your ass, we're gonna beat your ass thoroughly. I'm gonna have some people with me. But all Devin's boys should have beat the shit out of him when he got home. You walk smooth off
Yeah.
like you ain't had shit to do with it, nigga. You gotta catch a case too. Bitch ass, Mitch assness. I don't give a fuck how nobody feel about that. Now I'm sorry, that's just how I feel. Cause that was stupid. And if I was that dude, I would sue him for everything I can get. But you know, these Devin Haney lovers. My homeboy that always talking shit about Devin Haney. He don't never write me. I'm talking about you, Cole. You don't never write me when Devin Haney step in it. They be talking
Man,
all this shit.
Miss T,
What's
the
up?
general came down there. We watched the fight together, man. And no lie, we were going for Ryan, you know what I'm saying? To clip his ass, but we didn't think it was gonna happen, right? And we watched that first round. That nigga clipped Devin. Me and the general looked at each other and say, "Oh shit, nigga, we might have us one right here." You know what I'm saying? We just might. Oh my God.
Exactly.
I'm gonna tell you, we were so happy, man. I swear to God, we gonna feel that same way once Shakur Stevenson finally gets exposed. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that the nigga gonna do everything he can to avoid real competition, but act like he really try to save himself for him. Try to save himself. Oh, come on, general.
You gonna say he taking too much punishment. He taking
He
too
gonna try
much
to save
punishment.
himself so he can cash out. So he can cash out and get that Tank Davis money. You know what I'm saying? Because he know the chance that he lose. You know what I'm saying? You might not get that payday and become a star like everybody else that done took that ass whooping. You fight Tank, you in a win-win situation. Whether you win or you lose, you still in a win-win situation. Cause
Shakur
when
is
I
going
when I
down the
talk,
wrong path. He's just going down the wrong path, dog. And I don't know what for. I would love to know why. Why is he taking this path?
yeah, because that fight right there does nothing. Nothing, not a goddamn thing. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. Just shows me that you're a capper, man. You know what I'm saying? And that, you're gonna pretend like you want all these fights and that nobody wanna fight you. You're gonna continue to sell that bullshit to the public, right? For as long as you can. While you get, because I'm gonna tell you something, just as well as I know, if Tank was fighting or Joe Cardona coming off a knockout loss right now, just as well as I know, Tank would be getting crucified by everybody named Mama right now. And you know this.
Oh yeah. Listen, I like Shakur as a fighter, but I can't hold him. I can't hold him to the stupidity. Like I said, he used his outer monologue voice. Oh, the fans ain't appreciative. It don't matter what they feel. I'm fighting for money. What you mad at, nigga? What is you bitter about? Let inquiring minds know, because you're bitter. That's bitter talk. I know bitter talk when I hear it. That is bitter talk. Who pissed in your Cheerios? That's what I want to know. And if you're gonna be about money, think about it, Shakur. This is why I say, if they be listening, God forbid they show up to my channel, Q. But if they listening, I would say, look, Q, why in the I know, why the hell are you mad to the point that it's not about legacy? Now, when you first got into boxing, it was about legacy. It was about improving. It was about getting these belts and becoming champion and all that. Now it's not about legacy. It's about money. What make you feel this way? You hanging
First you were
around
chasing,
Terrence Crawford?
first you were chasing greatness at first. Yeah, first you were chasing greatness at first. But you
Yeah.
chasing greatness, fighting a dude coming off a loss. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. And you bringing the man up on weight.
And then somehow in your mind, you think it's a normal progression for people to come home after they done worked the whole work week, got to pay for school and all this bullshit and do whatever you got to do for your bills and your kids. So some kind of way, I'd put some money aside for Shakur. Who the fuck is you to me? If you not if you not trying to be in the Super Bowl of boxing, who are you to me as a boxing fan? That's my question. I don't know why these boxers get in that little way about themselves. They be speaking too soon. Tank got it with him too, but hey, it is what it is. Tank got the 30 plus million. So now he can cut a jig and talk all the shit that he want. And y'all can be mad all you want. You gonna pay us to see him. He don't gotta tell you, I don't care if you see me or not. It's just about the money. All they gotta do is say the party line. Where if it is a business, if it makes sense business wise, that cop out shit. Pick a side. Pick a side, nigga. If your side is to just make money, I choose to keep mine. That's how I feel. I will
Yeah,
not pay
because
no money for you.
the only good thing about him fighting on this next card is, thank God he's not the main event, because he shouldn't be a
Mm,
main event.
thank you.
He
Thank you.
shouldn't.
Yes.
He should not be a main event. Not with his fighting style. He should not be a main event. At first, I
He,
said, man, it was disrespectful for them to put him on Thursday night TV. But shit, I see why. He just don't pump
look,
box right
Q.
now.
Q. Now I'm saying that you're right. What's up, Big Fish? But he don't see that as a step backwards. You have held the main event card and now you're not. That's a step back. That's a step back. But I think he hanging around Crawford. He's seeing the success of Crawford. He think, he's just as good. He give Crawford his praise. But for some reason, he think his career is supposed to mirror or be parallel to Crawford's. Dude, where some of these fighters get their ideas, I don't know. Now, has Shakur said that? No, he didn't say that. But what's up, Big Fish? He dropped out. But Shakur acting like that. Why? Because Crawford has made the money. Crawford has arrived, so that you supposed to arrive. You only 20 some years old. Crawford 36. He wasn't at 30, at 26, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, all the way up. He wasn't the premier guy.
Yeah, he was fighting in high school stadiums up until now. I agree, Miss T.
Nigga,
I just playing.
big fish, you trying to get cut, nigga.
I just playing. You see I'm converted now, Miss T. You see my name?
General Big Fish, aka General Bud Buddy. Oh Lord.
Yeah. I was impressed with the mattress mind performance, Miss T. I just don't think it was a master class. He was finally tested. That's all I wanted to ever see in my life. I got to see him tested.
You saying your boy didn't test him?
Who?
Earl Spence on
Man,
that fateful day.
you talking about dehydration day? Yeah, nah, there wasn't no test.
Nigga, cut the crap.
No power, no power, no power. Earl, no. You know what I'm saying? No. You know what I'm saying? That
Yeah, I cut
Miss
the
T,
crap.
you know that wasn't the fight we were supposed to see. Deep down inside, you know that wasn't the fight we were supposed
Hold
to
on,
get.
hold on. Y'all talking to a Bud Crawford fan. It was absolutely the fight that we supposed to see. I didn't think it was be that crucial, but it was absolutely the fight I wanted to see.
Hey, Miss T,
Uh,
we finally rewatched that whole fight a couple of weeks ago. Finally, and then I've seen clips here and there, but it was very painful to watch. I'm not gonna lie, but we
yes, it
finally
was.
watched it, and I saw a lot of good things that Earl Spence was doing, but he made that one fatal flaw where he lunged in and Crawford clipped him in the back of the head, and it was a wrap
Yeah.
Come
after
on
that.
now. It
But
was
Hit
on
him
the
on hit him
side
in
where
his
his ears.
hit
nah, it
him
was
on
in the
his
back of the head.
libium. You know what I'm saying? You know where he hit him at the rabbit
Yeah, he
punch.
hit
In
him
You
in
his
the
know.
back of
ear,
the
in the
afro.
ear area, but it wasn't the back of the head.
It
You
was
got
the
to be
back of the head.
specific,
It was the
General
back.
Big Fish.
It was,
Miss T,
Come on now.
Miss T, I
Come
took
on now.
we go.
anatomy. I took anatomy class. I know what the back of the head is.
What you get in anatomy? I'll show you my grades in anatomy too.
I got a D plus, but I,
I
I
got
passed
straight
it.
A's.
When they with on the
Oh my
head questions,
god.
on all the head questions, I got all them right.
No, I'm just joking. I got A's and B's. I did get some straight A's, but I got some B's too in anatomy. But no, they clipped him. He when he it kind of looked like he hit him in his neck. I'm talking about the first knockdown. He punched him in the chin, but then he followed up in the side of his neck. It was not the back of his head.
Boss
Let's
T,
be
come on. The
specific.
first punch was in the back of the head. Then he sent him
Nigga,
home and with
come
the face shot.
on, nigga.
Miss T,
Well,
don't
we're
do
gonna have
Come
to
him.
on,
rewatch
nigga.
that. I don't want to rewatch it, but shit. No.
Yeah, I know. Stop being a sore loser, Big Fish.
I'm not being. I told we over it. I watched it in its entirety, and it didn't feel as bad as I thought it was gonna feel.
Look, look, look.
I saw some good things, and it was confirmed what I
my head,
believe.
my wrapped up hand, y'all know I got the eczema thing going. This thing killing me. This is the
Mm.
back of your head. He hit him on like right here in this area. Come on now, Big Fish. And you
Where
know
you
he didn't. That's the this is the
where you
back.
where you want me to go?
Where you want to
Oh
go? Where
god.
you want to go?
Uh,
Yeah. Don't play with me.
uh,
Big Fish, I'm too old for you now. I'm just joking. But no, he didn't hit him in the back of the head. But now, this is what I have new respect for Earl Spence. He's not a quitter. No, no, sir. You can't never say that. Never can say that. And you didn't know because he never had a challenging fight either. Everybody Earl Spence got in the ring where he could beat. He knew he was going to win. So when he fought Turner, he never quit. Like, and I respect him for that. He kept charging for it. He kept trying. It's just he wasn't a sound fighter as much as people try to big him up. He was eating his own press clippings. He was believing the hype, and that was the problem. And
Boss
so,
T. So you telling
mhm.
me Shaw Porter versus Earl Spence and Earl Spence versus Kell Brook wasn't competitive, tough fights that he had to
They
he
know
had to
they were
dig
tough.
a little bit extra than he normally do to win?
They were tough, but you talking about somebody? Let me see. I think you like Floyd Mayweather. You talking the difference in skills. Floyd don't just do some things right; he do everything right. And Bud is the same type of fighter. Spence do a lot of things right, but he don't do everything right. He's always been off balance. That is why I had always picked Bud to beat him. I was like, there's certain things he do. Whether you take karate or anything, if you don't have the proper stance, you're gonna get your ass whooped fighting. And they teach you that in every type of combat sport. And Spence lunge. But the problem is he was overbearing and overpowerful for the opponents that he fought. And truth be told, Sean Porter don't even fight sound. He wild as all get out.
But see that's what our whole complaint is, Miss T. Earl Spence's game plan was to always outmuscle, outwork his opponent. It didn't work against Terrence Crawford, obviously. So
Mhm.
rewatching that fight, he didn't. Derrick James was telling them a whole lot of different strategies to perform during that fight. And he
Mhm.
was not doing any of that. He was coming straight in, just trying to wheel out muscle him, and he just didn't have no pop on nothing that he did. Nothing.
Because he was hurt.
No, listen, Miss T. I saw shots that I didn't see land the first go round. I
Mhm.
saw Spence hit him with shots, and they
Mhm.
had no impact, no effect on him at
But
all.
you but you
So
have to take into account when you in there fighting and you get hit and it hurts you, you're zapping the power. If this was a video game, the punches that Terrence was throwing hurt him, and he not used to that. So that's why you should like. I'm upset with Shakur doing, because you should want to fight everybody. You should want to keep elevating, keep challenging yourself. Because how are you going to get good if you stagnate and keep fighting people that you know you can overpower and you know you can be overbearing to? How do you get better? How do you act when somebody just as tough as you? And
that's
that's
not the goal.
Prince's
That's
problem.
not the goal these days, though, Miss T. The goal is to eat in small increments and keep your zero, and keep that prestige going, or perceived prestige, and keep loading your bank account. It might not be the big paydays as fighting another superstar, but that's been the
Mhm.
game plan by 98% of the boxers out here. Take a minimal risk and get a payday. That's what everybody do now.
Yeah, that's what they do. It don't make it right and all that. I know for me as a real boxing fan, Shakur Stevenson is disappointing me.
Yeah,
He's
that's what
disappointing
we.
me, and
Yeah,
just yeah.
we all got, like, we focus, like, who I focus on to pick, give my complaints to: Canelo, Bud, Shakur. Those are the fighters that I pick on. You pick on Earl Spence, and you right, Haney. Like, I'm not saying this unfair criticism. Don't twist my words. But what I'm saying, I think with all the fans as a whole, we do our job for everybody. We might not criticize everybody because we all have our favorites, and we all have the people that we really don't care for because they're our favorite rivals. It's kind of like sports teams in a
Mhm.
sense. But so I think that everybody doing their job by complaining and pointing out what they don't like, it makes boxing better as a whole, because we all, when it comes down to it, we all want to see the best fight the best.
That's all we want. That's all we ask. But so I just say, Shakur, I hope you get your mind right. Stop being bitter. Stop crying over spilt milk. Motherfuckers ain't gonna like you. Sing the old song that they kept pushing on us back in the 70s and 80s. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me.
Miss T, I got a question for you. Out of those three fighters, who's the most fearful to get in the ring with the other one? Tank, Shakur, Haney. Why haven't the three of them fought
Ooh,
each other yet? Who is the
the
most
the
fearful?
one who got
Rank them 1 through 3.
the one who the silverback. How I'm gonna rank them now? Because I had Shakur at first, leading the pack, but I'm gonna give it to Tank, and then I'm gonna say Shakur, and then I'm gonna say Devin. I'm never putting Devin up on the. And I'm gonna tell you, it's not that I hate Devin, but when people put 20 on 10 hyperbole and all that shit, now you make it impossible for me to like your son, because
So
I
so
know he ain't what you said he was.
so you're
And
saying Haney is the worst?
Haney couldn't beat no Tank, and Haney can't beat no.
Okay,
You don't
so
think Haney can beat Shakur?
Hell no.
nah, I don't
Now,
think.
if
I don't
if
think.
Shakur gonna moonwalk and be
Yeah.
sliding all over the ring, then that's what he do. But Haney is not that skillful, more skillful than Shakur.
Yeah, I
Shakur
got
is
Shakur.
very skillful.
Yeah, I got Shakur beating Haney easy.
But Tank got that equalizer, but Tank can box. Now Tank got to stop falling in love with his power and let them hands go and let show the world he can box, like he had to when he hurt his hand fighting Pitbull Cruz. I remember I used to talk about Pitbull Cruz, and y'all was like, "Oh, Miss T, who that nigga?" Hey, now everybody see. Now everybody see Pitbull Cruz. But look, he got beat. That job, now that was a clinic.
Yeah, that was a master class
Woo,
right there.
Now you
woo,
can call that a master class.
Yeah,
That
that was
that
a
can be
master
woo.
considered a
class.
master class.
Rayo,
Yeah.
Rayo, or whatever they call him. That motherfucker was
Ryo.
crazy.
Watch this here, Miss T. Let's say hypothetically, that be Tank's next opponent, right?
Mm-hmm.
Them niggas will talk shit about him fighting Ryo, but this nigga finna fight a nigga coming off a loss and got stopped, as opposed to Tank fighting yet another champion coming off a win. You know what I'm saying?
It's totally wrong. I don't see how they make the moves they make, and I'm here to say I want to say I'm still a Shakur fan, but you're making me have a pause because I don't know what you're doing. You can't make great decisions emotionally. You just can't.
It's a free payday, Miss T. That's what he doing it for. It really ain't nobody, to be honest. It ain't nobody that's a big time fighter that's about to line up to fight him. So it's really something that he got to take. Like, he ain't about to fight De La Santos because of Al Heyman and all them politics. So I can't really be mad at him for this fight, but he need to be fighting somebody after this fight. This
Why don't
kind
he
of like
do like Bud do? Go down the list of who ranked and pick somebody.
this is an avocado fight. This is what he's doing right now. This is a stay busy fight, and hopefully after this fight he can fight Tank, T.O. or Haney or Ryan Garcia. One of them four names.
I'm gonna end with this. I'm gonna let y'all say something on this, but I gotta get something to eat, nigga. I'm looking at the clock like, Lord have mercy. So Boo Sinners, I'm just letting y'all know, Boo Sinners has let the time expire for him to ask for a request for exceptions to not to have to face his mandatory, because his mandatory is carrying Chimichanga. Remember Chimichanga? Boost mandatory for the IBF title
Yeah.
is him. And Boost
I
fought
don't
him
know.
he fought him 19 months ago. Boost don't want to fight him. He think it's a waste of his time. He think he's going backwards. I can't disagree with him, but at the same time, this is what I mean by y'all hold these fighters to the choices they make. He a grown ass man, and y'all let the time expire, and you didn't even put nothing in to ask for an exception, and you could have. So now you got to face the mandatory. Don't be surprised when they come out with a person for carrying chimichanga. Don't be surprised. While Boost is
But you know
crying
what?
all over the place.
But you know what, Miss T? Let's say he chooses to do that fight, right?
Mm-hmm.
His next move should be after that is petition the IBF and tell them you want to be the mandatory challenger, because even though a lot of the BBLs tried to say that you can only do that with the WBO, that's a lie. You know what I'm saying? You can do that with all the sanctioning bodies. They just don't have to automatically grant it like the WBO. But you can petition if if he the champion at 147 and say he wants to move up to 154, he can be the next in line. You know what I'm saying? He can be the next in line. Why it's not no good?
Why he don't do it, I don't know, but he would be behind Bud only because Bud was the super champion. Now I don't know if Bud have wasted his opportunity by fighting Madrimal, but maybe Bud has, and now that put Boost in line first preference. I don't know. I don't know how that works. But Bud
No,
was
we
the
talking
super
about for the
champion.
IBF. We talking about for the IBF,
IBF.
Miss
Right.
T. They got another dude got that belt that's finna fight Tim Zoo next. He another motherfucker just like that dude that fought Virgil. He ain't finna be. We ain't heard of his name, but you gonna know about him. He one of them crazy motherfuckers. He gonna be fighting just like that other dude. Yeah, he finna be in a fight.
My bad. I don't know why I thought I heard WBO, but IBF, yeah, he should do it. Why? This again, y'all gotta blame Boots. When everybody feels sorry for Boots, why won't Terrence fight and why fuck Boots? He is making moves, but he making dumb moves for himself. Like in the end, like damn nigga, how many moves you gonna make where it don't work out for you? Because you know what Eddie going through right now? Eddie can't get him a fight. If y'all remember when
like
Eddie
he
said
can't get most of them.
he couldn't get Bud. I don't want to get Bud Crawford. No, I think he was just holding the line for all the promoters out there, because Bob said Bud ain't shit. So Eddie gonna say it, Al gonna say it, and Oscar. So Eddie he spoke up quick. Oh no, I can't get Terrence Crawford. I can't make him a fight. It wouldn't be fair. Blah 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 blah. That's why he let Andre go, because he couldn't get fights for Andre. Eddie Hearn ain't a terrible dude. I don't want to make him out to be a monster, but he said that shit about Bud. He ran and got boots, and then what he thought when the people holding the cards is PBC. You think PBC was gonna let Boots, even though he was affiliated with PBC and in good standing with them? You think that they was gonna set a fight up for him and Earl when Earl was their darling? So
Hell no. Wasn't supposed to.
you forego exactly. You forego having the opportunity with Bud twice because you thought the PBC was gonna hand you over Earl. Nigga, is you crazy? Then you go get with Eddie Hearn. If Eddie can't sell Bud and Eddie can't sell Conor Ben, why the fuck you over there? That's just my opinion.
Brother, before you go eat, we gotta ask you this, Miss T.
Yes, sir.
Gotta ask you this.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You know, you're an exclusive member of the BBLs, right?
What is that?
Bud Buddy Lovers, Bud Buddy Lawyers, BBLs. You know, y'all call us Earl Sections. We call y'all BBLs now.
Okay,
right?
gladly.
So, with that being said, I want to know, why is it that the BBLs feel like because he beat Earl Spence, all of a sudden, Bud Crawford got the right to do whatever he want to do. He earned the right to do whatever he want to do. Why do y'all feel that way?
You know what? I'll just talk in reality. I don't feel that no boxer should do that. I'm a person that once you in something, you in it till you not in it. Finish what you start. I'm a big believer in finish what you start. Now, as a human being, people gonna take their opportunities. I equated that. We was talking about this yesterday, and I was saying, like, when I was in the military, my last 6 months or something, I was robbing like a motherfucker. Like, I would come to work, look at them, I was like, well, as long as they don't say nothing to me, I'll be good today. Then the boss man would say something like, "We got to," and I'd be like, that's it. You spoke. I gotta get the fuck out of here." So I would look at him and be like, "Hey, I got an appointment." And what I liked about it is I could do that and get away with it in my last 6 months versus my career. So I got to a point where I earned the right to come and go as I please. Because what was behind me was 19 plus years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So do I agree with, should I have taken advantage of my position? And everybody in the military looking at me through Facebook, y'all know what I mean. In that last couple of months, even me saying it now, I won't mess it up for the people behind me. Because there's nothing you can do. When you in your last 6 months, you really belong to the retirement world more than you belong to the active duty world. So there was nothing they could do. I've earned my shot. I kept my nose clean. I made it that far. So I'm going to get all the perks that come with that bitch. I'm coming in at 8 and I'm going to be gone by 8:15. Handle that. I don't give a fuck what you do. You know, and don't call me, nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to do what I want to do. Because I didn't put up with your shit for 19 plus years. And in boxing, they didn't put up with all the things that we can imagine and the things we can't imagine. And you finally arrive. You finally reach your pinnacle or your peak. And you're not going to take advantage of your perks. So that's not me creating that narrative or that space for them to do it. Because I would never think that Canelo deserved it. But hey, that's how the boxing world works. Who am I to try to say that they can't do that? Canelo can do and come and go as he please. Floyd gave him an opportunity that was lemons. He turned it into lemonade. Floyd gave Guerrero an opportunity. Berto, what they do? They retired. Like, Guerrero tried to hang. I think he just be trying to steal money here and there. I think he a thousandaire, always have been. Berto got a couple of million, and Berto cool. He cool with what he doing, but he retired too. A lot of them get with Floyd, retire. They look at Madonna, fat ass. But again, they had lemons just like Canelo did, and they didn't turn it into lemonade. But Canelo did, and now you gotta pay this nigga $50 million plus to fight anybody, to fight people we know, he know, and the promoters know that he gonna win. We gotta pay for that. I don't like
Miss
it.
C, let me ask you a question. I know you're a Bud fan, so I want to ask you this question. I want you to be honest with me.
Okay.
Uh, if Bud and Canelo was to fight, do you, if you was to pick Bud to win, which I'm pretty sure you are, will it be by decision or will it be by stoppage?
Good question. I couldn't say whether it would be by stoppage until I saw 1 or 2 rounds just to see. 'Cause I really don't know how Canelo big ass would affect him. You know, size matter, right? Pounds matter. But if it went to the decision, it depends on the people making that decision. If they done with Canelo, if they feel like they're done with Canelo or he's on the decline, which we don't see that, then they'll pick Bud. But if they feel like Bud is on the decline or they just don't want to give it to him, they'll pick Canelo. That one is that's a good question, Q, but it's a hard question. I couldn't tell you either way how that would go. I would be going for Bud, and I think Bud knows if he fought somebody like Canelo, he has to knock his ass out. He has to, or else he ain't gonna get no fair shake. And I think Bud knows that. But saying that, thank you, Big Fish. Thank you, Q, for coming and joining me. Again, I ran over time. I didn't mean to be this long, but my fellas came in at the end. You know, I gotta give them props. I love them guys. My bros. Um, I will see y'all tomorrow. Sometimes there's something to talk about. Today it won't much to talk about. But I did find that interesting that Shakur find himself with a new position or path that he want to go. And I pray for him and I hope that he don't pick that because you're gonna lose fans. You're gonna lose more fans than you think you're gonna gain. Cause you know, y'all boxers sound silly when y'all be like, it's just for the money. Like, nigga, why would I, a regular person out here living, gotta pay my bills, pay just to see you box? You ain't my brother, you ain't my cousin, you ain't doing nothing for me and my family. Why would I pay my money for nothing? You ain't even trying to be a champion. You ain't even trying to establish no long-term memory in my head. Like, damn, that nigga was awesome. He was great. So think about that, Shakur. I do like you. I think you're awesome, but you fucking up. Get out your feelings. Stay off the social media if you have to. Fuck with if you want to really believe fuck what people say, then fuck what people say means stay to yourself. Keep your inner monologue inner. Stop telling people like out loud stupid shit and stop being in your feelings. If you can't get a fight with this person, go to the next person in line and just see from there. Make your shit happen. Terrence had to get it out the mud. It was for 5 years and that was some heavy road blocking, monkey wrench throwing, all kinds of shit, and he managed to do it. So you can too. But casuals, don't get caught up in no damn body who fighting just for the money. Like you ain't got nothing better to do with your money. You know what I'm saying? Fight, pay for a fight with somebody trying to be for real in the fucking boxing game. He's trying to be a champion. He's trying to be a lineal champion. He's trying to be undisputed. That's hey, you wouldn't look at a football team that don't want to win shit. Hey, I'm just showing up to the game because we on the schedule to play so and so. So I'm just, we just playing them. We ain't trying to go to Super Bowl. How do they sell merch? How does that team make money? How do they sell out their stadium? If that's their attitude or position, boxing the same way. So y'all be good out there. Peace, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.